All right, Shalom. I want to first start off giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the Spirit, and peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation of Israel, which is us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We make up the biblical 12 tribes to the nation of Israel. This is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp, and I'm here with another lesson. And this is going to be over or pertaining to our faith. The ones of us that have the true understanding of the Bible. Of course, us, the Israelites, because the other nations will not believe in this book. This is our book, okay? The promises, according to Romans the 9th chapter, they belong on to the nation of Israel. All right. Now, faith is dead if there's no works to back up the faith. And I'll start this lesson out with that scripture in the book of James, the book of James 2. I'm gonna read verse 17 and 18. It says this: even so, faith, if it had not works, is dead being alone. So faith is not activated until works is accompanied or coupled with the faith. Okay, that initial feeling that we all got when we heard the word and we believed it to be true, the faith at that point is activated. But the true activation of the faith is the work to go to with the faith to show that we believe. Okay, let's read on. It says, yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith. So a man can say, okay, yeah, I believe in these scriptures, and really believe in their mind, really think that the scriptures are true. Let's read on. And I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Okay, so faith is not complete without the works. Okay, without action being taken, right? Because if we go, and I'm gonna read it here in just a minute, if we go to read the book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, it talks about, it goes into all the actions or the works that certain of our forefathers put in to show that they had faith in the Most High. Okay, so from there, what I like to go ahead and get, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Hebrews 11:1. All right, so this is Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for. And what is substance? Substance is something that's real, something that you can touch, grab, something that you can see. Okay? Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. And another word for hope is faith or belief. Okay? Now the substances that we're going to meaning the scriptures, the substance would be all the things contained inside the scriptures. You know, some things we have seen, some things we haven't. Okay, for an example, what I mean by that is we've read in the scriptures that, you know, we were gonna be in a lost state. For an example, Ezekiel the 37th chapter, to talk about the valley with the dry bones in that valley, and the bones were very dry. Okay, and those bones, okay, were those dry bones were the Israelites here in America, the valley being America, right? So we have the understanding that that's what that's talking about, and then we seen that, when we came into the truth, we can see other Israelites out here, as we were once in that world, that don't know who they are, and they don't have any understanding of the scriptures, right? And what else did we see? We seen men wake up as we all did, but other men wake up out of that dead state and first find out that they're Hebrew Israelites, and then get the understanding of the scriptures. So we watched Ezekiel the 37th chapter, and we're still watching Ezekiel the 37th chapter be fulfilled. And I'm just using that as an example because I made the statement, some things we've seen, some things we haven't. Now, none of us have seen Yahawashi, okay? None of us have seen the kingdom. None of us have seen what all is going to be, what all the kingdom is going to entail. We got an idea based upon the scriptures, but we're not really going to know until we get the kingdom. Okay? We're not going to know how it look and how everything is going to feel in detail until the kingdom gets here. Okay? Another thing, spiritual bodies. Okay? None of us have seen a man jump off the ground and go flying into the sky. Okay? None of us have seen a man on this earth that has spiritual power, that has control over the elements. All right? Now, the scriptures say that, starting with the elect of the nation Israel, we're going to get that. Okay, we're going to get those spiritual bodies, those glorious bodies. So let's go back to Hebrews 11:1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for. Okay, and our faith is the makes what's promised in these scriptures to us real, as if we could touch it. Okay, now going back to James 2:17, we can't just believe that. We have to put in work. True faith requires work. True faith requires work to be put in to show that you believe, or we believe in these scriptures, right? Reading on, it says, in that not only and believe in the part of the scriptures that say we're gonna receive all these blessings, we're gonna be delivered. We're gonna be delivered in such a great manner, by the chariots of Israel. We're going to be beamed up into them. You see, as America and other parts of the earth is hit with thermonuclear heat, but America being that, America is what, 3,000 by 2,000 or 2,000 by 3,000 square miles, I believe. And that whole region is going to be hit with many nuclear warheads and send up great fire in the earth. Okay, so to make it out of that and then be beamed up into the chariots is just going to be a magnificent thing to happen. A spectacular thing, at the same time of a miraculous thing to happen. So to really show that we believe in that, we really don't believe unless we put in the work to show that we believe, first and foremost, because the Most High said, it's a commandment. Well, because the Most High told us we was going to receive the promises. Okay? Well, let me say that again, Salakia. Do the work of the Most High. Teach this word because the Most High commanded us to. And not only do it because he commanded us, But we're doing this work for the reward, which the reward is the kingdom. Okay, the spiritual bodies, right? So reading on, it says, the evidence, talking about the faith, the evidence of things not seen. But it takes, I'm not going to say but, at the same time, it takes works to show, to fulfill, to fulfill Hebrews 11:1. That's why, and I'm not going to read it. If you go through and read the accounts, and we've all, most of us brothers, we've all read Hebrews 11, and it's going into the actions that men of the Lord took to show that they had faith in the Most High. Okay? That's what true faith is. Now, I want to go to another set of scriptures in the book of Romans, the 8th chapter. And I'm going to start, I got 2 verses over here. So I'm going to start at 24, and I'm on the end at 25. Romans 8:24. For we are saved by hope. But hope that is seen is not hope. Another word for hope is faith. Okay? So, if the Most High was to show us, like for an example, a hologram of the dramatics and the emotions that we're going to feel when the kingdom gets here, and he'll show us all in detail what we're going to receive, okay? Show us the bodies and how does the spiritual bodies work, then that's not faith, because we've seen it. Okay, faith is believing in something we can't see, but it takes works to show that you believe in something you can't see. All right, it says, for what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? So there would be no need for us to have hope. Well, we would have no hope. If we could see that we were going to get spiritual bodies, or actually, see it. For example, I give you another example. I said a hologram, or a brother, before putting in work, get spiritual power. And then you'll see a man that hadn't put no work in, he just said he believed in him. Wow, there go the spiritual power. Then nobody will put in work. See, the Most High requires action in the form of that action being work, which our work is to teach this word. Okay, to show that we have faith in these scriptures. Now I'm reading on. It says in the 25th verse, Romans 8, it says, but if we hope for what we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Okay? It would be nothing to wait on. If we were, if the Most High put it in our minds and showed us the kingdom and said, you're going to get it, you're going to get this, you're going to get the kingdom with no works having to be put in. Okay? This is how the kingdom's going to look. This is the bodies you're going to get. Then what the hell, why would we fight or suffer through all this if we knew that already? Okay, if we seen the kingdom, if we seen the bodies, okay, then what will we catch all this hell for? And put along with putting in the work. Okay, because the scriptures say in Acts 14:22 that through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. And a lot of that tribulation is going to be in the midst of us teaching the scriptures, right? Now, something else before I get out of here I want to emphasize on is, in this world, Jake can see they'll put in work for an example, to become a NFL football player, because they can see, if they put in the work, they can look and see other NFL football players making money, okay, driving the nice cars, having the women, having the big houses, right? So there's no faith in that, but yet they putting in the work because they can see it. All right, now with the ones of us that believe in this truth and is displaying faith to show that we believe, or I'm sorry, displaying works to show that we believe, we can't see the things I've mentioned, the kingdom, the spiritual bodies, and I'm just using those two for prime examples of, things that we can't see. That's written in the scriptures. Oh, Paul said, and well, I'll wait to share that thought. But the things that we're going to see, okay, is on a way, way greater scale than anything in this present world. And the reason I say that is because of this, what the scriptures tell us. And now I'll share what I was about to say. Paul said in 1 Corinthians 2:9, ear have not, matter of fact, let me go ahead and get it. I'll just bring that one out. This is in 1 Corinthians 2:9. It says, but as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have it entered into the heart meaning mind, of man, the things which the Most High hath prepared for them that love him. So it's creative and articulate. We could get what our words couldn't describe the kingdom. Okay? Letting you know that the kingdom, okay, the spiritual bodies that await us is on a scale beyond, comprehension in these bodies. And I want to bring out one more scripture, and I'll end it right here. This is Romans 8. And this shows that, the kingdom gonna have to be bad, It's gonna have to be badass, mind-blowing, We're beyond mind-blowing. Romans 8:18. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time and the sufferings of this present time is pretty bad. We living in the height of wickedness. Okay, we're living in Babylon the Great, and that energy is pushed out in the earth. I'm using Babylon the Great for prime example. This is suffering on all kind of levels outside of physical suffering. But yeah, if this ain't suffering, then what is? Okay? Psychological suffering, physical suffering, suffering to see this witness this wickedness going on all around the world, especially here in Babylon the Great, America, which is America. All right, now let me read it again. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Okay, so going into those spiritual bodies that we're going to get, those incorruptible bodies, that in itself can't be compared to all the hell we done caught and the hell we caught like during the time of hardcore slavery. So this lesson was really just to push out the energy of what our faith is all about. Our faith is about putting in this work to show that we believe, to obtain the promises, okay, to receive all the glorious things that the Most High have in store with us. I mean, for us. You know? And we actually believe that it's greater. It's going to be on a whole nother scale above what a billionaire or even a trillionaire could obtain in this world. Okay, so with that, I hope this lesson was edifying and exhorting onto the spirit. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth through the spirit, and peace and blessings unto the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.